Hello students, we once again meet in the next module of the chapter, that is chemical thermodynamics and energetics. Now in this particular module, we'll be basically dealing with types of system. The types of system can be classified on two types. The first one based on boundary and the second one based on phases. Let's take the first one, that is based on boundary. Now suppose if I give you an example, consider a hot tea in an open cup like this. If I ask you a simple question, can it exchange matter? The obvious answer is yes, it can exchange matter because the cup is open. If I ask you one more question, can it exchange energy? Obviously the answer is yes, it can exchange energy. But suppose if we close the cup, in that particular case, if I ask you the same first question, can it exchange matter? Now the answer is no, it cannot exchange matter. But if I ask you a question, can it exchange energy? The obvious answer is yes, it can exchange energy. Now suppose this entire assembly, nothing but the hot tea, if we put in a thermos flask like this, now the question still remains the same. Can it exchange matter? Now the answer is no. But can it exchange energy? The obvious answer is no. It neither can exchange matter nor it can exchange energy which is there, and that is why the types of system based on boundary can be classified into three types. The first one is called as open system, closed system and isolated system. Now let's quickly go through the definitions of the system. The first one, that's called as open system. Open system is nothing but a system which can exchange both matter as well as energy. So closed system is nothing but a system which can exchange energy but it cannot exchange matter from its surrounding. An isolated system is a system which can neither exchange matter nor it can exchange energy. We have quickly gone through the definitions of the system which is there. Let's quickly go through the distinguishing between also. Now in the first one, that is open system, a system can exchange both matter as well as energy, and that is why I will say the boundary is neither sealed nor insulated which is there, and that is why the amount or the total amount of energies in this particular type of system changing. But in a closed system, the definition says the system that can exchange energy but it cannot exchange matter. In that case, the boundary is sealed but it is no longer something called as insulated, and in that case also the total amount of energy is not constant precisely because the boundary is not insulated. But in the third system, that's an isolated system, the system can neither exchange energy nor matter which is there, therefore the boundary is sealed and insulated, and in this particular situation the total amount of energy will always remain constant. So this is what open system, closed system and isolated system is talking about. In the next one, we have still yet to do the next one, that is types of system based on phases. Now to understand that, let's take an example of two beaker. In that case, suppose if we take any one solvent. In the first beaker, suppose if we add a second ingredient. In that case, suppose if we try to stir the solution, that particular ingredient is getting dissolved in that solvent, it becomes a solution. In that solution, if we still add one more ingredient, we once again stir the solution well. After stirring the solution, the second substance is also getting dissolved. That means we are able to see a clear solution or one single phase, somewhat like this. In the second situation, like the second beaker, if we are adding one particular ingredient, we are stirring the solution well, but the substance is not getting dissolved. That means we are able to see the substance inside the substances which are there. That is why precisely the types of system based on phases can be classified into two main types, and those are homogeneous system and heterogeneous system which are there. Now what do you mean by an homogeneous system? A system of a single phase or has a completely uniform composition throughout is basically called as an homogeneous system. So a heterogeneous system is nothing but a system which consists of more than one phase or phases which are there throughout the system, and that is called as an heterogeneous system. So in this particular module, we have just covered a simple term, that is types of system based on phases and based on boundaries which are there. We will be meeting in the next module. Till the time, thank you.